Hey, it's Richard Geller here. I get a lot of notes and emails from people who are looking to start a business, looking to raise money, looking to build their business. If you haven't already got on my list, you should go to businesscreditmachine.org, and you definitely should put your email in because there's some really cool stuff you'll be getting through email and videos and things like that. One of the things that entrepreneurs have difficulty with is determining what's real and what's possible versus what's sort of fantasy and sort of a dream. By definition, whatever we're thinking of doing in a business is not something that exists today, so it's a dream. The difference between something that we dream about and something that could be real is that we actually, in my opinion, we can get customers for something that's real, whereas a dream is something that we just sort of hold in our heads and never do anything about. So I think that the thing that we need to do as far as entrepreneurs go is we need to get customers as quickly as possible. There is nothing that validates our dream and makes it into something real as quickly as getting customers. And if you can't get customers, you're not ready to get customers, what I suggest you do is get a bit more education through a home study course or through community college if you have a good entrepreneurship community college type deal. And then what you do is you immediately work on something that you can get customers for. And if you can't think of something, then you go out and look at other businesses, look through the Craigslist in the newspaper, look on the web, just look everywhere. Don't fall for all the little things that you see. I mean, there's a lot of junk out there. But start exploring, and you'll hopefully land on something that you can start. But make sure it's something where you can get customers quickly. Because otherwise, you've just got a dream. It's never going to go anywhere. And if you've got something that requires a good deal of expenditure before you get customers, I would try to reconfigure the business so that you can get customers sooner rather than later. I've got this really cool toy, and I hope you can see this. It's called the Create a Commie. And you can use the magic hair wand to create your favorite communist. You can create Gorby, Lenin, Castro, Brezhnev, Che, I guess that's Che Guevara, Trotsky, and more. So it's kind of cool. You know, you could supposedly, if you're like the artistic type, you can place the pointed end of the wand against plastic and over hair material. Hair will cling to wand and can be moved onto face to create whiskers, eyebrows, hair, etc. So that's kind of cool, I think. But the thing is that, you know, this is just like a dumb toy. And you're never going to have a real communist. You're just going to have this toy thing, right? It's the same thing with a business. If you aren't going to be able to get customers, you're not going to take the action step quickly, you're not going to have a business. You know, you're going to be just something that you talk about all the time or you talk about. So one of the things that I try to do in starting a business, I try to make sure that I work the business where I get customers very quickly. I try to work a business where I don't have to raise much money or very little or no money because I try to get my customers to pay me so that I can have something that I can bring to the bank where I can put into my I can factor or I can raise money with. So getting the customers is crucial. And it's crucial to be able to tell that you have something real because people are willing to pay you for it versus a dream. Or, you know, like something like this, you know, Create a Commie thing where it's just a toy, you know, something to have fun with, which is cool, but, you know, we're here to make money and build businesses. So every day I get these emails. I hope I get one from you. Tell me your situation. Tell me your question. I'm going to tell you a little bit about one I got today. And it's from Sherman. And I'm not going to go into all the details so that I don't want to jeopardize anything by violating anything confidential. I don't think there's anything confidential here. But I am Richard, good to hear back from you. Checked out your information. Brilliant. Here's the long and short of it. I like when people say that I'm brilliant. So that's cool. Thank you, Sherman. I am an African-American male, 53 years old, soon to be 54 in March this year. I just had a birthday, and I'm planning to have another one. So, congratulations. We need them, man. We need these birthdays. I have worked in the private sector for 25 years, and then Sherman basically goes on to say that he's done government contracting work for other people. He started his own company. He had pretty low sales. In 06, he had 10,000. 07, he had 12,000. 08, he had 18,000. So that's pretty minimal. But that's cool. But anyhow, he's got now the potential. He says we have several bids that are slated to be awarded late January for major construction-related and healthcare projects that exceed $1 million as a result of a company that believed in us so much that they became a mentor to us to help us win large jobs. I have, he says he's got a property with 9 siblings, which has it's paid off in full, no mortgage. That's going to be pretty hard to get a loan against that property because you have all these people on title, right? And I think that's going to be impossible. So I wouldn't count that as for anything. I need money to revive my articles, pay to get 8A certified. 8A is like this government program where if you're a minority, you can get your company certified. You go through a paperwork process, and then you can get sole source bids from large contractors, and it's actually pretty cool. So he's looking for money to get 8A. Let's see, and pay office rent for a year via a high-tech incubator. Wants a business development person that will assure us of continuous work and acquire computers. Well, that's what he wants to do. Okay, a couple of things I would try to do. $25,000 is not a lot of money. First thing I would do is try to raise that money from a strategic partner. If you have a larger government contractor, and I don't mean a large one, I mean someone maybe 100 or 200 people, it's run by a guy or gal, you might be able to get them to invest that $25,000. They're a strategic partner. And in return, they would get a percentage of equity. And I think that's a reasonable deal. A government contractor of a sort of a small, but not as small as you are, Sherman, someone of 200 employees or so, run by a sole proprietor or an individual person, a founder, they would be quite likely to invest in something like this. I think that's a good bet. I would try that first. I don't know if $25,000 is something you really need or what it really means, but it sounds like you need a few bucks to get things rolling again, and then you can get these bids. If you could get $1 million contract with $25,000 invested, typically you might make 10 or 15% on that contract, so that's $150,000 profit after paying salaries and everything, or even 8%. $80,000 profit. That's a really good profit, and so you could definitely show someone a good return. I want to congratulate you for taking the action step and actually getting going on this. I wouldn't let the $25,000 stop you. You've got to get the company, the corporation, in good standing again. That's probably the most important thing. What you can then do is you can start building business credit on that corporation so that in 3 or 4 months' time, you've got open lines of account with different people. You've got the possibility of buying even things like computers on lease, so you don't have to raise money and use that for, even if your credit is poor, you can maybe lease a few computers that you might need, and the leasing company won't require a personal guarantee, and they may not even check your credit. This takes a bit of time to set up, but not that long, and you should start really right now. So that's what I would suggest you do. I would suggest you get that corporation in good standing. What you need is a certificate of good standing by the Secretary of State, where your corporation is founded, is based. And I would also, then I would start building business credit with that. Right now you can get my 2 courses that tell you they're worth about $2,000. How to raise money without selling your soul, and Business Credit Machine for only the cost of shipping, which is like nothing. And all I do is I enroll you in my coaching program for business credit, and you can opt out anytime you want. And you don't even have to pay for it the first month. So it's totally cool. It's like an ethical bribe, to get you to try it out. But you're going to get the courses basically for almost nothing. And then you can learn how to set up business credit yourself. You can learn how to approach the investors and a strategic investor. In fact, I have a section in my How to Raise Money Without Selling Your Soul course that tells you a bit about working with strategic investors. I've done a lot of that myself. I've had several public companies that I've gone to for money, and I think it's a great idea. I think that's who you should work on. A strategic investor. I think you should consider getting my course. I want to congratulate you, and send me guys you're watching, send me your stuff, your question, and I'll try to answer it for you. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. And be careful with this stuff when you create a commie. Just be careful.